going on, YouTube? Now, I know a lot of you have already heard about this, but I felt that vlogging about this topic would only be appropriate. Now, recently, as I'm sure a lot of you guys already know, Robin Williams passed away, and to me, he was one of the most influential, greatest comedian actors of all time, and when I found out the news, honestly, it was a hard pill to swallow. Actually, when first hearing it, I was in disbelief, and it was a really hard thing to process because I didn't want to believe what was being told to me, but when I allowed it to sink in, I was speechless. Now, for those of you who don't know, as more and more information is being brought out, it's becoming more apparent that the cause of death was actually suicide. Now, I understand that this is a very large and heavy topic for a lot of you to digest, but it seems that a lot of people out there don't understand or can't grasp the concept of a stand-up comedian or a comedian in general committing suicide. Now, I know a lot of you out there are thinking, how could a comedian whose life and art is based on making other people happy take his own life? How could he not have been happy himself? Now, when you look at the surface, you only see the stuff that's apparent. You see the long, successful career that he's had, the impact that he's made, but then you start to wonder, what was going on through his mind? Now, I know that this may come as a shock to a lot of you out there, but as a former stand-up comedian and a current entertainer, yeah, Robin Williams' passing was very shocking and surprising. But at the same time, I'm not surprised that a stand-up comedian would do something like this. I'm not saying I knew Robin Williams on a personal level, but what I am saying is that I can tell you my perception of comedy and comedians alike. I think a lot of people out there either forget or you guys just are unaware of the fact that a lot of the humor that you relate to and listen to, the root of that comedy comes from a lot of pain and personal experience. You know, I've said this before, but I think I'll say it again. Comedy is real because it's an art form that expresses laughter through pain. You know, the stories that you hear, the fucked up situations that we've been in, and all the humor that comes from that comes from a very personal space. It's just that comedians have this ability to take that anguish and turn it into something bearable, which for us is laughter. When I was younger, at an early age, I found out that a lot of the times when I was going through a lot of shit, all I could do was laugh at the situation. And when I did that, it took away all the pain, you know? One of the reasons why I even became a stand-up comic in the first place was because I found out about the power that laughter had and I wanted to share it. How laughter had a healing property and it could change a situation by a simple flip in perception. You know, in my case, when I was a stand-up comedian, I used to go on stage and grab a mic and I used to just bust people up laughing and they would be in tears. That was the greatest joy for me. And the reason why was because I was allowed to share my personal stories and pain, take that and make them laugh through it. It was therapeutic. It kind of helped me deal with my problems, but at the same time, it brought other people joy. It was a win-win situation, and doing that gave me purpose. In the Robin Williams case, I can't help but wonder if at the moment of his death did he realize how much his work affected everybody else in the world. And if he didn't, and that was the case, you know, how lonely must he have been? A lot of you might not understand this, but to be a comedian that could give life and value to other people through the comedy that you make, but to not be able to do that for yourself, you know, that must have been terrifying. To be honest, when the laughter stops and you can't find joy through that pain, that is exactly what you're left with. Pain. I can't speak for other comedians, but when I can't find the joy and laughter in what I do, I don't know what my purpose on this planet would be. I would be lost. I wouldn't know what to do. And once again, for those of you out there who aren't comedians or don't really understand the comic world, I want you to really think about why you relate to a lot of these comics who talk about their personal stories. Why does it hit so hard for you at home? Why does it make you laugh so much? The comedy is real because the emotion and pain behind the laughter is real. And when you can't understand that, you're not going to be able to fully grasp the gravity of the situation. Even for me, I can't grasp the whole situation, but what I can tell you as an aspiring actor, writer, comedian is that we lost someone very special that day. And Robin, I genuinely hope that you understand how important you were to a lot of people out there. Rest in peace.